Okay, now for part 2, we are going to go to the next section, which is the training session. Okay, so you guys are woken up in the morning by the shuffling of the ground zombies. Do let me know if the music gets too loud. The wizard comes back in. He appears. He does his creepy teleporting trick, where he just appears out of lightning, like he did at the campfire. He says, right, it's training time. He looks at all of you. I want to see you play. You will play against my team on the pitch. Not dungeon pitch, just simple pitch. I want to see you work as a team. I want you to score a touchdown against my team. If you do, they will make it easier. If you don't, I'm not looking so good for your future. So, he now teleports you to the sevens pitch.
Oh.
Let's just adjust the screen. So we've got the pitch on it. Okay, fantastic. So you guys appear on a sevens pitch. You're surrounded by the guys from the fireplace, except for the old man, who is now your surgeon. He's kind of standing on the sidelines. I'm still not happy with that screen.
Quick out of game. Does this count as my sevens?
No, you still owe me a sevens match, but this I did think about this.
Nicely tried, Craig.
And now, you know what, Craig, we can do it over Roll20, so it should be even easier for us to organise.
Oh, there we go.
It's all happened for a reason, to get you.
I like the major sponsorship.
What can I say? He has nothing better to do than listen to hours and hours of Blood Bowl nonsense every week. Okay, so we go here. Milton, you're going to absolutely love this. Basically, there is a tiny old referee. It's a hobgoblin referee. I'm not going to put the player on the pitch, but there is a hobgoblin referee, and he's there basically saying to you, this is what's going to happen. They are going to kick the ball to you guys, and you guys need to score. So what I'd like you all to do is organise yourselves to deploy while I find the ball token.
Right, well, my skills are as a thrower. So, should I try and lob it to one of you two bulletsers while the goblin runs interference?
That sounds...
Can do.
I'm looking at you, goblin. No throwing bombs.
Interference, you say?
As long as you don't interfere with us.
Right. Can we move the... Do we get to choose where the ogre, the Amazon, and the other one go?
Quite possibly. See if you can move them. If you can't move them, then let me know and I will...
Can't move them. I was just saying, generally, do we get to choose their position?
Okay, so this little guy in the middle, who I'm going to make a funny colour. Let's tint him blue. That's the referee. I just feel like it's important that he's on the pitch.
What's his name?
He's just called referee. He doesn't have a name.
Okay.
It's like a monk thing. It's very confusing. Okay, so
he can be called Target from now on. I can see how Milton's mind is working.
I feel like that's going to come in handy. So, I am enabling the NPCs to be controlled by you, but you will have to obviously talk to them and ask them to do things, but you can just deploy them. So, the ogre's looking at the dwarf who proved himself in combat. He says, "We're playing Blood Bowl. What are we doing?"
You're going to find the biggest, ugliest one on there and you're going to punch him.
Okay, he merrily stomps over to the middle of the pitch and he's just raring to go. The halfling is like, "Right, chaps, what shall I do?"
I had a thought. Now, stop me if this is crazy. But what about passing the ball to the halfling and have him thrown by the ogre?
How do you like to fly?
Hey?
You can see him visibly sweating. Well, you see, the reason I'm semi-retired is I feel like flying is for fools, and I ain't no fool.
Okay. I suppose get the ball to the elf then.
I can do that.
Okay, so the tiny referee, Mr. Referee, wanders over. He's like, right, you guys, we're going to kick off. This team here is ready. You are not ready. We need 3 of you on the line now.
Dwarf? You look pretty
I'm thinking of going outside the elf, and once he gets the ball, covering him.
I like the plan.
Geronimo sidles up to the ogre. He knows he's likely to get thrown if he ends up nearby, but he just wants to be with him for safety. And the Amazon is just looking determined. There's like no personality there at all. It's really disappointing. Okay. You let me know when you're set.
Are we good to do this? I'm good to do this.
I think we went on the goblin. Or are you set?
I feel like
I think
Milton's...
I'm going to move down here.
I think that's the best place to
No, I know where I'm going to move. Right here.
Reach out expecting a handoff, and you realise you've been given a bum.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Hey, you roleplay it. We'll make it happen. Okay, the referee, he's ready. He's sidling up to midfield. He chucks the ball at the other team, and they kick it off. They kick it off, and they kick it off in front of the ogre. It's a quick snap, so it's a high kick. So they kick it. It's going towards the ogre. Let me just scatter, and that can tell you whereabouts it's going to land. So it's looking 2 squares to 3. So it's hanging high in the air. It's like a really high kick. So you guys actually have a moment to start running before the ball even hits the ground. And we'll do the same order as before, which is elf, dwarf. No, elf, human, dwarf, goblin.
Is it one square movement?
Yep, just 1 square of movement. So the dark elf and the dwarf both run off the line. The ogre, seeing you guys charge, gets real happy, and the halfling just literally scampers after him, very worried about death. The Amazon Blitzer sidles in as well, moving up towards where the ball's going to land. Mr. Throwerman moves up as well. And Milton, what's Noz doing? Does he get his free square of movement to move closer, or is he just chilling in the back?
He's going to move in. Everyone else is doing it.
Come on, all the cool kids are doing it.
That's always a good reason to do something. Okay, so the ball bounces. The referee has to jump out of the way for the ball to land on him. Be aware the referee is on the pitch. Okay, so the ball lands there. You guys get the first turn. Go for it. What are we doing?
Yeah. Are we moving in the same order?
Yeah. Well, I would say you guys can talk about it. If you want to do something in a particular order, then we'll absolutely do that. Otherwise, yeah, then we can do it in order. So, do you have a great strategy, or
Forming a cage, and then I'll pick up. Wait.
okay? That referee is going to jump out of the way to there.
Right. I'm gonna get in front of the ball then, so you can pick it up safely.
Do we want to try and get Ogre Boy in front of the ball?
Oh, we can do if you want.
Okay, the ogre kind of looks over questioningly to you guys. What plan? What is plan?
Get ahead of the ball. Go on, get quick.
Okay, he goes to move. He's up for it, and he just absolutely hoons directly in front of the ball and just stands there with it just behind his ass. It's like the center of an NFL game. There is now a massive 8-foot center on the ball with the ball underneath him. Who's going next?
Want to throw a bomb first?
Well, I was waiting for you guys to make a move.
I'd be more comfortable if you moved first.
What was that? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna Hail Mary throw a bomb on one of these tree men.
Okay, so the goblin is looking to throw a bomb. Are you going to move first, Milt? Oh, you can't move. You have to just throw a target.
Yeah.
Where are you headed?
So let's pick the one that's most threatening to me. The one that's...
That bad boy there?
Amazon.
Okay, go for the Hail Mary, 1d6. Okay, so it's an accurate-ish pass, and it does scatter 3 times. So, scatter 1 to 2, scatter 2 to 7, so 2, 7, 8.
Oh, right in the middle of all 3.
So 2, 7, 8, absolutely. So the goblin just hoons it through the air, Brett Favre style. It lands right there, and Milton, roll a d6 for the tree. Does it get the tree? No. So it lands in the ground, it explodes, a bunch of dirt covers the tree where the tree doesn't seem to have noticed. Roll for this zombie at the front. Again, just showers of dirt have very little effect on zombies made of dirt. But the guy right behind the bomb
No.
is also just shattered by dirt, and it has absolutely no effect. So great throw, but absolutely nothing else is happening. The Amazon takes this moment to run up and stand next door to the ogre. And the halfling, seeing everybody move up, just runs up behind the ogre and the Amazon. So the goblin has gone, and the NPCs have gone. So, Dark Elf, let's do this.
So we're going to pick them all up.
Okay. Roll a d6, roll a d6. Okay, the Dark Elf now has the ball. Just going to pop the ball to one side, and we're going to do our roll 27s. Boo. Little blue mark, little white mark.
We will stay there and hide behind the big ogres.
That seems very, very wise. Okay, so Goblin's bin, we've got the dwarf and the human. What are you guys doing?
Moving up to cover.
Brilliant. Craigie? Okay. Moves into cover. So, you guys have picked up the ball. You've formed a pretty tasty cage around the ball. The wizard is now on the sideline watching. He looks quite pleased so far. But now, with a twiddle of his fingers, you see magic start to dance around the enemy players. And the trees start to move. So the one up here slowly lumbers straight towards the ogre. He takes a leaping attack. It is not a great block because the dwarf and the Amazon are right there to protect. So actually... But it doesn't matter. So he bursts through from the ground and smashes the ogre back, following right up. The tree is now surrounding you, or being surrounded by you, actually, like literally the opposite. The ogre lands, he hits the ground, but he bounces back just fine. So he's been pushed down. That's one tree in. This other tree starts moving, pounding heavily up towards the Amazon lady. And he hits her right in the face. And just pushes her back towards the Dark Elf and the Halfling. The Halfling gives up first, and that tree plows in. So, Ian, you are now looking up at 2 big animated trees. We get some zombies. The zombies start shuffling up. And they are just surrounding you. 3, 4... Goes to there. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. And then this one gets on the dwarf there. Okay. What do you do?
Okay. Elf, I think you better dodge out and get the ball to the manling.
Or the old run down the touchline trick. What do you reckon?
Do what?
Should we hand it off to the manling or run it?
Hand it off to him, and then he can run up the touchline.
Yeah. We will go 2, 3.
Okay, so as you try and escape from away from the trees, they both grab at you with their clutches, Ian. So I'm going to make you roll a strength test. So 2d6, and your strength is 4, isn't it? Because he's a big guy. Yeah. Okay. So as you're moving away, it grabs you and slows you down, and you kind of stumble. So are you planning on giving the ball to Craig?
Yes.
Okay, you get away, you kind of bounce on the ground, you get back up. It's a bit of a hurried pass, so it's now going to be a -1 for Craig to catch this because the tree kind of grabbed you and yanked you out of the way. So if you're handing off to Craig, you now get a catch roll. We're rolling 2d6 here. You're looking for 4s. You're looking for 4s rather than 3s. Okay, you just about grab the ball, but what happens is you end up kind of catching it, bobbling it, catching it, bobbling it, and if you go next, you're going to basically end up with your movement being halved because you spent half your time just showboating trying to catch the really hurried throw. So your move is now reduced to 3 for this turn.
Okay. No, wait, no. Crap, what do I do, guys?
You're a thrower, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Get a little ways back to safety, and you can always pass it when you need to.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Okay. So the Dark Elf stumbles away from the trees, being whipped by the branches, shovel passes the ball to Craig. Craig kind of just about keeps hold of it and falls back into the classic pocket passer pose. So, Milton, Sam, who's doing things?
What? Oh, do we just keep going?
You haven't done anything this turn yet, have
Oh
you?
no, I haven't done it yet, have I?
No.
I think Sam should definitely go.
I think Sam should get out.
I don't know, I've got an opportunity to. I'm just going to have to... I'm just going to block the tree that's in front of me.
Gonna block the tree.
I think every block I can make is 2 die uphill, so...
Okay, Sam, you kind of look to your left, to your right, see the ground zombies on both sides. You look at the tree, and you just put this great dwarven look of determination on your face. You start growling, but before anything happens, the ogre sees what you're planning on doing. He jumps up off the ground, and he blitzes this zombie to the left of you to try and give you a bit of a hand. He gets the bonehead and he takes the 2 dice. So he just shovels that zombie away to try and help you out and clear a bit of a path for you if you wanted to do anything different. He follows up as well.
Right, we'll 1 die block the zombie that's next to me then instead.
Fantastic. We'll leave the ogre there then. Okay, so hit the zombie.
Pow.
Boom. Okay, so the ogre jumps up, pushes the zombie off your back, freeing up both your hands, and you just pile drive this zombie straight in the face. Roll for armor. Nothing too bad. So you crash him to the ground. Seeing this, the halfling runs the heck away from that zombie, escaping, and the Amazon lady punches the zombie behind again in a vain attempt to escape, and it's not looking good for her because you've got zombie hands and tree hands all over her. She actually manages to escape by pushing the zombie away and barreling out of the tree's grip. Over to you, Milton. What's Noz gonna do?
Right. Wow.
I know it's a loaded question.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Kill the ref.
Which way is the ref looking?
Oh, he's looking over here at the ball.
He's looking at the ball.
Over here. So the goblin, seeing the
5,
carnage,
6.
runs around behind the referee standing in the sideline. Standing on the sideline. And
I'm gonna throw a bomb at the middle tree man.
wow, okay. So, luckily, the referee does not exude any kind of tackle zone. He's just there, living his best life. Being from...
I just didn't want him to see.
Oh, okay, yeah, clever. Okay, so you're throwing at the middle tree guy. And what kind of throw is it? Are you aiming at him, or are you just chucking it up in the air and seeing what happens?
I'm aiming at him.
Okay, so let's have 2 dice. Okay.
Ugh, these rolls.
Yeah, so I'm going to let you re-roll that because he's got pass, otherwise that's inaccurate. Again, an inaccurate pass. It balances out. So he hoons it, doing his classic spin style. The ball goes at the bomb swings wide and starts spiraling back in, but doesn't land exactly where you want it to. So 7, 5, 1. So 7, 5, 1. So it spins round, and instead of hitting the tree you were aiming at, it glances off that tree's branches, spirals up into the air, and lands on the tree behind him. So roll a 4+ for this tree. Okay, cool. So it lands inside the tree's branches and explodes, knocking the tree to the ground. Milton, roll for armor. And another dice. Not so much. So the tree is blasted by the bomb and just stacks it to the ground. It doesn't look like he's all that hurt. But again, branches and debris just shower all those around. Let's roll for the other tree. 4+, it hits the other tree as well.
So this is a 1d6.
Yeah, sorry, 1 dice now, yeah.
No.
Okay, so the tree is unaffected. Let's start with the ogre. 4+, it hits the ogre. Is that Craig slow clapping?
Of course it does.
Okay, so basically it blows up in the branches of this tree man, and chunks of tree man hit the ogre right in the face. I'm going to make you roll for his armor as well. 2 dice, 2d6. The ogre is fine. Does it hit Sam on a 4+ with 1 dice? He's alright.
Oh, that was a bit slow. I did it twice.
Oh, well, we'll take the first result. But the second result hits the zombie on the ground. So, the tree explodes. It crashes to the ground. Parts of the tree just shower everybody. A big chunk hits the ogre on the back of the head, stacking him to the ground. Sam manages to deftly avoid any falling debris on account of being 4'5". And then, but fortunately, the bit that misses Sam smashes into the ground zombie that is laying down. Roll for armor on him, Milton. He's fine as well. So you are just raining carnage here. Okay, so the tree that got smashed to the ground stands up somehow. He just regains his composure. But that's it. That's everything he does. He just staggers to the ground. Actually doesn't even stand up. He just stays in place. The other tree, however, gives a go at taking a running shot at the Amazon because she is right there for the hooning. So he plows in and just hits her with a massive tree whack. A really massive tree whack. So he smashes her into the air, landing the other side of the zombie, but actually she seems to roll it off and survives, excuse me, pretty well. The other zombies, they mobilize and start moving towards your players. 2, 3, 4. A zombie is coming in right at Craig. Yeah, it's all right. You've got time. The zombie standing next to Sam has now got a massive branch sticking out of his chest, but he stands up anyway and starts clawing at the dwarf. this zombie here on the left-hand side has noticed the fact that Milton's throwing bombs and just mobs him to try and attack. And the zombie at the top goes up there and just swings in down onto the Dark Elf. It is now your turn again, guys.
Okay. I think we've got a pretty... what's the movement of these flesh golem stone rock things?
Trees are 2, zombies are 4.
That's why he's never won a match, because it takes too long to score a touchdown. There aren't enough turns and a half to score a touchdown with this team.
Yeah. I think, Sam, you took out your zombie.
I can certainly try.
Okay, Sam, give it a go.
Nope.
Okay, you have what, 2 luck points on your dwarf? You can
Is it 10k
save.
per luck?
No, it was a 20k balancing skill. So you had 2 luck points.
Okay.
You're gonna test your luck, or you're gonna leave it at a push?
Yeah, we'll test our luck.
All right, go for it again then.
Pow.
Boom. So you push the zombie. It kind of staggers, and you see an opportunity. You sweep in with the leg and knock it to the ground. Doesn't seem to do a lot of damage, but the zombie is back on the ground now. And you are just the lone survivor in the middle of the pitch with a ground zombie and a whole bunch of branches. Okay, who's up next?
It might be a bit ballsy, but if I blitz your zombie in.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. It put me in line with the ogre by the time I finish, and then you can mask the zombie that's in the back of the field here.
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay,
And then
so
blitz
Craig
this one.
runs down the sideline, smashes the zombie. We've got Ian supporting Craig. That's a 2 dice block. Go for it.
Douche.
Boom.
Ow.
Smashes the zombie to the ground. We'll pop him there because it's a bit too harsh to put him next to Sam. So you crash him to the ground, Craig. You can follow up.
Follow up.
Okay, cool. And then roll 2d6 for armor. See how badly you crush him into the ground. Not badly at all.
Not that bad. Not that bad.
That's fine. The zombie is still on the ground.
And then I should be able to move.
Yep.
1 more.
Okay, I like it. So, Ian, what's your plan?
So I can go back for the zombie. Go.
So, you can move back to protect there. You can stay in place and kind of semi-cage Craig. You can stomp on a
1,
zombie.
2, 3, to there, and kick the zombie.
Fantastic. So, Sam is right there. He's just hooned him to the ground. You run in and kick him in the head as he's on the ground. 2d6, Ian. Absolutely smashes this zombie in the face and knocks it out. Just out for the game. That guy is not coming back in the next few minutes. So, you clear a zombie off the pitch.
It's progress.
Okay. We've got the NPCs and we've got Milton left. What do you guys want to do?
I need the ogre to stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for him first. See what he's gonna do.
Okay. Seeing you guys move around, the ogre staggers to his feet and he just kind of looks at you as if to tell him where to go.
Just stay where you are.
He looks pleased with this. The halfling just shuffles inside there to be surrounded by all the players because that's what halflings do best. And the Amazon just kind of staggers up to her feet as well after being smashed into the ground by the tree. Milton, you're on the far side of the pitch. You're seeing your team move up with the ball and this zombie is now bearing down on you. You are torn between revenge on your referee to the left and the zombie that is barreling towards your front. What do you do?
I'm going to make
Right
the sensible decision and jump out to here.
Okay, I want to see 2 dice on a dodge here.
2d6.
2d6. Okay, you stumble out. You make the dodge, but you lose a couple of movements because you stumble. So you've really only got 2 squares left now.
2 squares left. Okay. I'm going to go here. And then here. And then I'm going to throw a bomb on the zombie.
Throw a bomb at the zombie. Okay, the great thing is he's now really close, and you have got the throwing arm of a Greek goblin god. So, let's just I want to see this because I want to give you the opportunity to absolutely nail this. Take this pass, but take it on a 2d6. Oh my goodness me.
What is with these rolls?
Milton, give Ian his dice back.
Alright, you know what? We're going to give you the pass reroll to make it an accurate one. Go for it. Pass reroll again. Okay, that's slightly better. So the ball, in classic Milton style, swerves into the air. He seems completely incapable of throwing a straight pass, instead delighting the crowd by throwing a curveball into the sky that just happens to be sparkling. And it does land just a little bit to the side of the zombie. On a 4+, Milton, it knocks him to the ground. Nothing at all. So you manage to escape. The zombie grabs for you. You throw a bomb at him, and again, just more dirt throws up. He just looks as angry as a man made of mud can be. And I think that's everybody, isn't it?
I think it might be.
Alright, that zombie is just enraged and bears down on Milton, taking a big swipe at the goblin bombardier. And knocks you to the ground, Milton. And he's going to follow you up and just bear down on you. You hit the ground, but you roll it off. You're okay. We've got a tree over here, and that tree's looking like he wants to move. And he's seeing where you're running. And he is going and just going to try and tie up that ogre. The tree, who's in bits and pieces, still struggling to stand up, because on account of Milton blowing his head off and now him just being kind of charred firewood, and also the Sam the tree breaker is right there as well. This zombie here staggers up to the ground. He's not in a position to attack, but he just staggers up and he's bearing down on the halfling and on Craig there. The zombie over here runs round from the backfield and basically attacks Craig from the other side. He reaches him just in time, so you've still got a chance to act. This zombie, seeing the tree run in, takes a bit of advice and has a crack at the ogre, and double pow smashes the ogre somehow. So the ogre's staggered up to his feet. He was looking at you guys for direction and didn't see this stone mud zombie just come and crack him in the back of the knees. He stumbles forward, knocking Ian into the path of the ball carrier, and he just barrels in after him. The ogre hits the ground, but again, he's just stumbled off his feet again. And we're back to you guys.
I think there's nothing for it. Just hand the ball off to the elf and have him run in.
Yeah, I've got 2 guys on me.
Handoff's just a catch, isn't it? There's no pass.
No, it's just a catch. So if you're ready to do this, then Ian, anything but a 1.
1D.
Yep, hit 1 dice. I think you've got this. Okay, so Ian gets the ball. Craig, seeing the zombies bearing down on him, just hands it into the Dark Elf's hand. What do you do next?
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now, do I do the go for it, guys?
Nah, we're safe where we are, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Dark Elf gets the ball and just breaks into open air. Any more for any more?
Well, we want some blocks, don't we? We'll see if the ogre can stand up.
Okay, ask him to do something and he'll see if he complies.
Just stand up, buddy.
Okay, so Sam screams at the ogre to get up. He is inspired and jumps to his feet. He's still scared, like staring into the distance without really much of a clue of what's going on, but he's very happy to be there.
I'm just going to take a crack at the... Oh, wait, can the Amazon run up to the tree, or is she too scared to do that?
Okay, give her a shout, Sam. She doesn't like any of you because none of you have actually tried to talk to her yet. So I'm gonna. She's not all that eager to take your advice. So Sam, I want to see a 2d6 check here, and we're going to apply your charisma. So your charisma's 3, so we're looking for 4 pluses to do good things. All right, she's not overly convinced that she wants to come and stand next to the tree. So what she does is she comes up here to stand next to the zombie to give Milton a hand.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll take a 1-die crack at the mud baby then. Mud
Okay.
zombie.
So Sam screams at the Amazon. She kind of ignores him and goes and helps someone else, following the rules, which is that Sam screamed, "Come and help!" And she kind of technically correcting the situation. Sam, seeing that, you just decide to absolutely dwarf this yourself. So hit the zombie. Okay.
We'll take the push.
Just pushes him away.
And we'll stay where we are.
Cool. The halfling has got to try and dodge out of there because he is not happy standing next to that zombie. And he stacks it into the ground. Absolutely badly. So he tries to dodge away. The zombie grabs him by the leg and he ends up cartwheeling into the ground. His armor does nothing. He's all right. He's knocked the wind out of him. You kind of slow motion this thing. It's like Michael Bay had thrown him to the ground. It takes 37 minutes for him to land. But when he does, you can see that he's just about all right. Milton, you've seen your Amazon Valkyrie come to save you. What do you do?
I'm on the floor, right?
Oh yeah, you are on the floor, but you can stand up and move. It's fine.
Yeah, but I've been knocked down by this mud thing, and I'm just gonna get up. I'm gonna scream, "He's cheating! He's cheating!"
So-
I'm gonna jump out to here.
Are you right? Okay. First things first. Take a dodge roll for that. Just 1 dice. You'll be fine.
Will I now?
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Roll another dice. This zombie seems to really dislike you. Okay. This zombie is absolutely all over you, and you stack it into the ground again. This time, quite badly. And you end up being knocked out. Do you want to use a luck point to re-roll that?
Do I have any?
I assume so. Or
Yeah,
did you?
go on. Let's do that. Otherwise, it's like game over. Innit?
Okay. You're alright. You kind of land funny, but fortunately you're lucky. The rock you could have hit your head on was just a couple of inches to the left, being blown there by your debris. So you escape, but you are just knocked out of your senses for a second. That is everybody, isn't it?
yes, yeah, I did a handoff. Yeah.
Okay. So, fortunately, the Amazon's there on this zombie, so he's not going to be able to do anything. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we see this zombie try and escape from the Amazon. The Amazon tries to ground him to a halt, but he gets away. So he's hooning it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this zombie is absolutely running as fast as it can. Bits of it are falling off as it goes. And he's just trying to get in the way of Ian. But he staggers as his leg falls off because he's moving too fast. He hits the deck. And you guys should be free to score a touchdown now.
Yeah.
He's out.
Should we just
Over
pop
the
it in?
line.
Get the touchdown?
1, 2, there we go.
There you go. You score the touchdown. The wizard is suitably impressed. And that does end your training session for today. Milton recovers after that. And hopefully you've all learned a little bit about working together as a team.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't totally playing my own game.
We'll take the ball down one side and we'll leave.
There you go. Okay, cool. So the wizard gathers you together and he's just like, remember this for tomorrow. You're going to be playing in a dungeon. You're not going to know where you're going. This is going to take teamwork. You need to do a better job. Do you have any questions before I let you go and just eat and drink and sleep, ready for tomorrow's game?
Yeah, who are we playing tomorrow? I know it's your brother, but
Good question. So, where is it? Here we go. The team you are going to be playing is the classic team of death for Dungeon Bowl. So my brother knows some guys, and he's managed to get this crack team put together of Skaven, goblins, and at least one Minotaur. And the team is... I'm not doing this for drama's sake, I just can't find the words. Here we go. The team is the Grim Reapers. It's the Grim Reapers, the Skaven, Goblin, and Minotaur team.
That's some creepy music.
Yeah.
Is it Skaven and Minotaur?
Yes, Sam. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking gutter runners. Delicious.
The wizard is suitably impressed by this. He gives you a nod. My brother is one of those people that loves just rolling sixes with his gutter runners.
I wonder who he could be based on.
The wizard likes gutter runners, goblin secret weapons, minotaurs. I think he probably has a podcast as well. Okay.
I wouldn't be listening to that.
Do you have any more questions, guys?
Milton, are you ready for some goblin on goblin action?
Oh, I am.
The ogre just looks around and he's like, do we have to pay for that? Okay. Any more questions, guys? Or is it on to the next chapter?
I think it's on.
Chapter it is. Oh, am I like
You're fine.
concussed or anything? I'm all good.
Nah, yeah. You're absolutely fine. So,
I'm a bit cheesed off, but other than that,
yeah, I mean, Nuffle, Karma, I don't know. It's entirely up to you what you call it.
What's it going to do, Bill, to make you throw not straight?
He's always
He'll
going to
come
go
round.
for the
He'll come
curveballs. Okay. It's on to the next scene. So it comes to the next day. You wake up. He gathers you all back in the food hall. You have a nice breakfast. It's a buffet. There's everything you can have. You can have donuts for breakfast. It's exactly like every European hotel that you are currently not allowed to travel to. You know the ones. You had to queue for some Germans. Once they've gone, you've got everything you want. I have one of those.
Like up there.
Yeah, there's one of those bread racks where you put your toast on the bread and it takes a day to come through and it comes out just slightly warmer. So you're a bit angry about that, but there was loads of chocolate, so you're kind of happy. So the wizard gets you together. He says, "Right, you guys, are you ready to go?"
Well, don't have
do we
much
have
choice.
a choice? Yeah.
You can always die. That's his attempt at humour. He does have a question for you, though. I need you to choose your team of players. Everybody on your team from yesterday, are you happy with that? Do you want any of my players? Or do you think you guys have got the best chance without them?
Is it 7 players aside, yeah?
Well, in Dungeon Bowl, you start with 7, but you can bring additional players on.
I'm
So you're
saying
saying we'd start with 4?
No, you start with 7 on the pitch.
Yeah, but I mean, if we don't take his guys.
Oh, no, you're, the NPCs, the Ogre, the Amazon, and the Halfling are all yours. Basically, he's saying, do you want a tree man or a zombie, or are you guys happy to run rogue?
we could drop the
want
halfling for a
halfling?
treatment.
I was just thinking we could drop the halfling for a treatment, but
Yeah.
Titchy and also no, their ability to dodge in a
Yeah.
dungeon might be quite handy.
And I think a treeman might just stand in one room and do nothing.
Also, these tree men seem like terrible people.
Says the goblin bomber.
Yeah, I was going to say, you questioning their morality.
Perspective.
Perspective. These people, these trees seem awful. They just wander around helping people. It's disgraceful. Okay, cool. So you decided to go no with the tree man, and you're ready with your lineup then?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't trust them. They're a little too willing.
A little too willing. Okay. In which case, it's teleportation time. Okay, you guys should now be in the dungeon. If it's all looking black, zoom out and scroll to the bottom.
These look like quest tiles to me.
Ah, yeah. They are. They are the classic quest tiles. So, for the stream, I'm going to pop the map out to small. So you guys can see, if you scroll up to the top, you can see the end zone where you need to score. It is at the opposite end of the dungeon to you, and you will see 6 lit up squares throughout the dungeon. If you guys click one of those squares, you will see a number above it, in theory. Yep.
Oh.
That is the number of the teleporter. So they are teleporters. So when you jump onto a teleporter, you will roll a dice, and you will appear at that other teleporter, at which point you will scatter randomly off it.
Just to point out, the top 2 are both 6.
Yeah, that's because one of them is misbehaving with the light. So 1, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, and then this one here should be 5, but was absolutely being difficult and just kept lighting up the entire map for some reason, which was
My
disgrace.
token doesn't seem to be working either. There's no green thing and I can't select it.
Tick, and no problem. That is absolutely fine. That is 100% meant to happen. let me just edit it.
We could always leave you here, dwarf.
Guard the end zone.
Okay.
If that's what you want to call it.
Okay, guys, just 2 seconds, and we'll have this up and running.
Okay, Milton and Sam are going to be spending some quality time together shortly.
Okay, that's not actually helping. Roll20 has frozen on my laptop for a second. So, as we're here, you're in the dungeon. There are multiple teleporters that you can use. You obviously can't see anything, but you do have lights. So before you get left on your, before you teleport out, you are essentially given tiny little pixies, because it's Albion, and Albion have loads of pixies and tree men and zombie things apparently. So these little pixies will travel with you. They will provide light, but they will also provide a way for you to communicate with each other as you're traveling around. Think Navi crossed with an iPhone.
Hey,
So, hey Siri.
Hey.
Hey Siri. Listen.
Hey, if that works for you. Okay, I'm having a complete... It just won't load, so I am now on here. Close those tabs. There we go. That's so, Sam, you are now... You should now be live, Sam.
Let's have a look. Yep.
Okay, fantastic. And all I've got to do is quickly bring in the other players, because I wasn't sure who you would want to choose. And then we can get this ball rolling. Control-C, drop it over to dungeon. I'm sure this is making absolutely brilliant footage. Click, paste, and then let's chuck them in the dungeon with you. Okay. See all your players, guys?
I see my player. Yep.
Yeah, I think we're all good.
Okay, fantastic. Then, let me just check this stream camera, which is obviously zoomed all the way out. I'm going to zoom in on your tile. So, you teleport into the dungeon. You've got your little Navi series, and basically each one of them has a tiny little scroll, and that tiny scroll has glowing runes on it that show you the map. And as you explore the map, the little pixies will be able to communicate between the players, and you will be able to see the map and also where the teleporters are, but not the walls between the teleporters. So it is over to you. The whistle has blown. You don't know where it's come from, but there was a whistle, and it is now beginning. So you have to go and find the ball and score it. Who's going first?
Go on then, Griff. Off you go. Find the ball for us.
I've got the small issue that I'm rather blocked. So shall we send the ogre out?
Wait, no, I can't see the big one. I can't see the other players.
Ooh, which players can't you see?
The NPCs. Oh, I can see where they should be. I can click on their faces.
Zoom in and out.
No,
Okay,
2 seconds.
We were doing really well. All players. Save. Okay, try the Amazon now, Craig.
Over. Yeah, I can see them now. That's fine. Yep.
All of them?
All good. Yeah, all of them. All of them.
Alright, fantastic. Okay, so over to you then, guys. I'm now back up and running, so...
I was just going to run out into the corridor.
Rather you than me.
2, 3, 4, and
That's cool.
5, and 6.
I'll do the same, but the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so the human swings round. You can see more corridors and more rooms in front of you. The dwarf goes the other way. Again, just seeing more corridors in front of you. Normally, dwarves would have a good opportunity to see in the dark. However, the dungeon is magically enchanted to be only illuminated by the magical pixies, because that is how wizards roll.
Okay. What are you doing, Goblin Boy?
Don't trust that dwarf.
So I'm sure Craig
What
is
was
Right.
that? 1, 2,
very
3,
excited.
4, 5, 6.
I'm not sure I trust you. Carry on.
That's as far as I can go.
Okay, so the goblin runs round the corner.
I'm there like, dwarves think they know their way through the dark.
That was very nearly a Bane quote there, Milton.
I was born in it.
I was born in it. Okay, so who have we got next?
Yeah, go on, you.
I'm just having a minor roll 20 issue.
No problem at all. So I will move the NPCs. So the ogre storms up. He's taken a bit of a liking to Sam, and he's following up, and the halfling is just following him, absolutely lost. The Amazon is just 100% soloing it, doesn't like being told what to do by Sam, so decides to go the other way with Craig the thrower.
Try and engage in a bit of small talk. Hi there. How you doing?
I thought you were a ladies' man.
Am I getting anything back here?
She looks at you quizzically, which is much better than reproachful rage. So I think actually that's probably one step closer to friendship than any of you were expecting.
I can see the goblin winking at me.
Okay. Ian, are you still on the line? Okay. We seem to have lost Ian, so what we're going to do is we're just going to move the Dark Elf up into the crew.
Yeah, please do. I rolled.
Yeah, you
Not
might have to close the browser and start up again. I've just had to do the same thing. I think it's to do with the lighting.
I hit refresh, which seems to do the trick for me.
Okay, so over to you guys for round 2. It looks like you're splitting up into at least 2 different groups here.
I'm going to carry on barreling around my corridor.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Ooh.
Is that a fanatic?
That is a fanatic. So, as Sam wanders down the corridor, it turns off left. He glances around the corner and can't see anything into the darkness. He then turns it back round to down the alleyway, down the corridor, and he just sees the glint of 2 yellow eyes, wide, massive pupils, clearly all mushroomed up, and he becomes aware of a goblin standing in the room near to a teleporter. And this goblin just looks at him and grins with horrible yellow teeth and starts whipping this chain around, and on the end of it is a nice spiked ball. So Sam has stumbled across a wild goblin fanatic.
I'm going to carry on in the other direction then.
I think I've still got 1 point of movement left.
Yeah, are you going forward or away, Sam?
So do they still have... Fanatics have 3 movement, right?
They do have 3 movement.
I'm going to stay exactly where I am then.
Okay, Sam defiantly looks this fanatic in the face, and you know that only one of these 2 is walking away from this fight. Okay, seeing that, the ogre runs up to stand next to Sam in his fight, and the halfling follows him around like a tiny little tail. Okay, Craig, you and your newfound wife, what's the plan?
So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and... no.
Chest.
I did completely ignore...
So Craig walks... Yeah, of course you can. Craig walks into a small room, and in the corner is a chest.
5.
What are the Blood Bowl stats for a mimic, just out of interest?
Don't worry. Don't worry. There are no mimics in this one.
No, it'll just be a bomb.
It will just be a bomb. Okay, so there's slightly different rules on Albion when it comes to Dungeon Bowl. In that there are a possibility of 3 balls. The wizard didn't tell you that bit. So yeah, basically, Craig, if you want to try and open that chest on a 4+, there's a ball inside it. Otherwise, it explodes in your face in dramatic Dungeon Bowl style.
Drum roll, please.
Okay. He
6.
gets it. So, Craig opens the chest, finds the ball. He does have to try and pick it up, though.
Okay. Here we go. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
5.
So, with a great amount of swagger, this guy runs in, opens the chest, and grabs a ball. So, you are in a great position so far. Your little Siri dudes have flagged up, saying that the human thrower has the ball. They're all giggling and they're having a great time. So, that's Craig. Who's up next? Milton?
Sorry, one of my monitors has just died completely randomly.
Okay. No worries at all.
It's gone pitch black. Right, where are we going? I'm going to carry on up.
So I think we
I'm going to 1, 2...
Okay, so
this looks more like home in here. 3.
you come to a crossroads and take the option to go into a tiny room.
I can just keep going through here, can't I?
Yeah, you can absolutely Leroy
5.
Jenkins your way through the dungeon.
6. There we go. Oh no, I'll set our 6 to there.
Okay. So Milton is just wandering off on his own into a dungeon with an incredible amount of courage. Craig has picked up the ball. Sam has worryingly unearthed a crazed fanatic near a transporter pad, but his ogre buddy and sidekick are there to support him. And Ian has gone missing. So
Move me up to the ogre and the...
So Ian, the Dark Elf, runs up to support Sam, and this Amazon Blitzer decides that the best way to get home from this is to help score. So she runs up in order to defend Craig on the left-hand side. There we go.
Okay.
So when my PC catches up,
Aha, there she is.
Ooh, it's gone grey.
I think it might be something to do with the dynamic lighting on Roll20. It's being very dynamic. I thought it would be quite cool. It was cool when it was working. So let me just boot up the screen again, and that fanatic is going to start barreling towards Sam. Okay, we're good. I've got control again. It means the mouse is going to be everywhere, but that's fine. So he just starts spinning the massive ball and chain and bears down. 1, 2, 3. He starts spinning towards the dwarf, but it doesn't seem like he wants to slow down. He's going to push his luck and try and hit again. He stays on his feet, and there's a good chance he's going to hit the ogre. Could hit the dwarf. He could just wander off down the corridor. But he doesn't. That spinning ball and chain crashes down into Sam and pushes him back, barreling the halfling down the corridor after the dwarf, who stays on his feet somehow. The goblin then, in a spinning fury, tries to carry on, even though there's a chance he's going to hit the wall. And he does. So the goblin, spinning the ball, smashes the dwarf back, even though there's a corner of a corridor. And as he spins around to bring that ball back down, he catches himself on the corridor doorway and lynches himself over a square. Now, we are going to keep him on his feet. We're going to say he gets away with it, but you escape the fanatic for a moment.
Okay.
And as the dungeon is looking, that is basically all of the players that you know of at the moment. So, over to you, and Ian, by all means, just keep talking to us and we will move your character for you.
I think I might be back into this now, so I'm going to go... oh, locked. I was going to head to the teleport.
Okay.
The fanatic's right next to you.
That's a few.
Yes.
That's a few dodges.
What are we?
How can we not get our ogre friend to attempt a blitz on it?
That's what I was just thinking. I'm going to move up to there and get the ogre to blitz him.
Okay, this is quite a scary prospect here, Sam. So you're going to need to try and convince the ogre to blitz the whirling chain ball death guy. So let's have 2d6. You're his friend now, though, so he likes you.
2d6 to get him to come in.
Yeah, 2d6. Oh, he is all over it. And he's really jazzed up about it. He's there to prove a point. He leaps head first in at the whirling fanatic and just catches him on the nose. It pops him back, but it does push him away. The ogre, so eager to show off in front of his new bestie, just follows up and plants himself right there, ready to rumble with the goblin himself. So that's the ogre done for the turn.
That was me done as well because I moved up to assist.
That's cool. So, Ian, did you say something about a teleporter?
I did. Send me towards the teleporter.
Okay, so Ian goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, has Albion had the newer rules where the teleporter doesn't send you into the void? Or are they still in the...
Don't tell him that.
So, you won't get sent into the void, but it will be unpleasant if you are forced to return to the very same teleporter that you had to leave.
Okay.
So it's definitely worth bearing in mind. So that's teleporter number 1, Ian. If you're going to jump on it, it's anything but a 1.
So can someone roll for me while I attempt to get the roll 20 back
Yeah,
again?
I can throw it.
Okay, go for it, Craig. It's a 3. So let's just track down teleporter number 3.
Left of me.
There we go. So with a great bit of teleporting magic, the Dark Elf disappears, reappears on this side of the dungeon. He comes off the teleporter pad and is faced immediately with a Skaven. He can come out of the room, he comes out of the teleporter and he sees that there is a Skaven Blitzer waiting in the corner, seemingly just also having come out of that teleporter pad. Ian, you've used up all your movement so far. What do you do now? Wait, pass, go for it?
I will take one go for it to get off the teleporter.
Okay, yep, fine, cool, that's cool. So we'll leave you then. We'll leave you there, Ian, if that's all right.
Fabulous, thanks.
All right, fantastic. So, who's up next, guys?
Craig should go see what him and his lady love do.
Now, am I going north and west, or am I just going to go straight west?
So, looking at the map, they're both unexplored. At least north, Milton's done some exploring, and where Ian has come out of the teleporter, that is north. You can kind of assume,
I can see, yeah.
or you can go left and find the other teleporter.
He might need a bit of help.
You can always pull back, hey? Right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right, yeah, that's me done.
Okay, so Craig has wandered up north, and the Amazon will follow you up. 1, 2, and just support you on your quest. The Sam Gamgee to your Frodo. She's there in support. The halfling is just staying put. There's a fanatic, there's a teleporter, the Dark Elf stood on a random square and disappeared. Everyone's going away. He's just absolutely bricking it. So he's just going to stay there and hide. Milton,
Right,
Bombardier
so
extraordinaire.
1, 2, 3. Wow, this place looks cool. 3, 4. Oh.
Oh, indeed.
Uh-oh.
So,
Is this room like you can just move up across any tile, or is that an
Yeah.
actual ridge?
No, it's not actually a ridge. It's just a Warhammer Quest tile. So Milton wanders through a corridor and into a room with a blazing furnace, and he can see to the left of the room, to the north side of the room, is a teleporter. To the south side of the room, he can hear a whirling ball and chain and a crying halfling. So I think he's got a good idea that that's where the rest of his team are. There's also a chest in the room and a massive minotaur.
I feel like I've saddled up against the side of the wall here, and I've just peeked my head round it.
Okay,
and I
so
can see the minotaur.
all right, I'll tell you what, Milton, do an agility check. Roll 2d6. Your edges are 3, so we're looking for 4 pluses. All right, you're reasonably stealthy. If the minotaur looks for you, it will see you, but you didn't act so loud that it will absolutely notice that you're there immediately.
Okay.
So far, the minotaur looks to be staring over where the ogre and the fanatic are battling away down here.
And then I'm going to throw a bomb at it.
Okay, you will get its attention, but that should be fine.
Well, he's going to find me anyway, so...
Okay, so let's have a throw test here, Milton. Let's see how accurate you are. We're going to make you roll 2d6 because it's way funnier. All right, that's not a bad throw. So the ball actually goes near enough where you want it to, landing just short of the Minotaur. On a 4+, he goes down. 1 dice. Boom.
Oh!
Absolute fantastic. So,
Come on, armor.
2d6 for armor, Milton.
Oh.
Ugh.
Nothing at all. So, Milton creeps into the room, pokes his head round, and with a cheeky roll, he rolls the bomb across the floor. It explodes at the Minotaur's feet, knocking him to the ground, but clearly not doing much damage at all. The Minotaur starts snarling. Is that it for everybody on the team?
I believe so, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, it is. Okie dokie. So, which of these terrible situations should we start with? So, the Fanatic in a corridor with a ball and chain. It is quite likely he's going to bounce off the wall, but that's fine. So, he's going to bear down on the Ogre. In fact, he swings slightly wild into the open. He turns a back round, looking at the Dwarf and the Ogre. He's going to barrel in again.
That's on me.
And hits the Dwarf. Now, the Ogre is distracting him, so he doesn't swing and hit you quite as cleanly as he'd like to. Just pushes you back down the corridor and follows up. And knowing the biggest threat is the Ogre, the Fanatic looks back towards him and swings wild and misses again. In the meantime, the Minotaur, hearing this chain and ball, recovers from his bomb blast and tries to stand up. He's okay with standing up, and he starts to charge at the goblin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, he is absolutely raging. So he is going to just fly way faster than he should, taking all the risks in the world. So he gets the first square, and he just leaps at the goblin. Makes it, and punches the goblin square in the chest. Absolutely triple powering him to the ground. He follows up. You did throw a bomb at him, to be fair, and this guy is clearly upset. He had Vietnam flashbacks. He went back there, and he is now there. So he has just hit you into the ground. Your armor does not hold, and you are stunned. Do you? Well, you can use a luck point, Milton, to get the armor reroll if you want.
How many did we get?
I think that would be your last one.
No, I'll save it.
All right, cool. So the Minotaur smashes
There's
Milton.
probably going to be a few more scenarios where I might need it.
You haven't blown yourself up yet, which is actually really good. So the ball and chain has had a bit of a brawl. The Minotaur, being quite upset, probably fairly, at having a bomb thrown at him, hits him. And this Skaven Blitzer in the room with Ian now pounces. He runs in and just tries to push Ian onto the teleporter pad. So instead of blocking, instead of blitzing, Ian, would you do us the honour? Oh, you can't. Or you might be able to. I'm not sure if you've got your dice back yet. We want you to roll a 2 dice strength check to stop this guy pushing you onto the teleporter pad.
I can roll.
Absolutely stands firm. So the Skaven tries to just push you onto the teleporter pad, and you just look down at him like Henry Cavill at an Adeptus Custodes, and like he is a snack. And with that, your team regains priority.
Nice. We're still only in our one blitz a turn, is that right?
Yeah, unless the story is unless you guys want to run a luck point or something to make it happen.
Okay.
I'm considering blitzing this Fanatic because I've got block.
You've got block. It's going to be a tough ask. What if the halfling got in there to help distract him?
I don't think it matters because the ogre's there, and the ogre will be strength 4, so it's still a 2 die uphill, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, if you're going to go for it, go for it.
Does anyone else want to use the blitz rather than me?
Not me.
Well, I can't, so.
Yeah, and you're base to base, aren't you? So.
With a good strength advantage as well. So, is it a dwarf blitz?
Yep, screw it. I'm going to blitz the Fanatic.
Okay.
There's one to there.
Alric Jenkins.
Boom!
Double pow. Smashes the goblin into the ground. Roll for armor, sir.
Oh, is it +3 to armor for Fanatic?
No, it's just knockout is the minimum it can get.
Oh, so I roll armor or I roll injury straight away?
Nah, just roll injury straight away. Stunned. So the goblin gets tied up in his own chain as he bounces off the floor. It's gonna take him a while to recover. It's gonna take him a while to recover. So you've blitzed a little bit, and you can carry on moving.
I'm going to follow up, and I'm going to shout to the ogre to go and help the goblin.
Okay. The ogre, still absolutely romanced by you, doesn't even question it this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he bases the Minotaur, just kind of creeping up and tapping him on the shoulder. Milton's still on the ground. The halfling is just there looking at you, Sam. He's saying, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What am I supposed to do right now?
Jump in the portal.
Okay, 1,
It's safe, I promise.
2, 3, 4, 5. He's wandered over towards the portal. He's actually so terrified right now. He tries to run faster than he should, and he stacks it into the ground. Actually breaking his armor and stunning himself for a moment. It is.
We probably should have
He's
swapped him.
faking.
We should have definitely swapped him, shouldn't we?
For a treatment, yeah.
Or a zombie, to be honest.
Or anything.
I don't know. He's got sprint, he's got catch, he's got stunty. If he wasn't so damn scared, he'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got serious nervous disorder.
So, on the left-hand side of the dungeon, we've got Ian facing down a Skaven Blitzer, and in a separate room, we've got Craig and Zula, the Amazon.
Hang on, I'm going to try and convince Zula to go into the room ahead of me.
Okay. Roll a 2d6 charisma check, Craig. 3 and a 4. Okay. She's happy to look round the corner.
Okay.
So, 1, 2. Peeks in and sees a room with a chest. Wanders in a little bit further, and in front of the chest is another Skaven Blitzer. She's facing him down. She's not basing him, she's just in the way.
Okay, I haven't got the lighting for that. So do you mind if I just hop in and out again, just to see the room?
Let's see. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. So she's in face-to-face with him.
She wasn't. I was just trying to get the light
Okay.
working for you.
I see.
Let's try that. She was there, poking around the corner. She's got her light on now, I think. So.
Okay. Right, I guess I'll just move in and sit in base and give that Skaven something to think about.
Okay, so Craig's moved up next to the Amazon, which leaves Ian. You've just been gently pushed and caressed by a Skaven Blitzer in a strange dungeon room while you're standing next to a teleporter. I can't believe I'm going to ask this, but what do you do? Sounds like we might have lost Ian.
Oh, there he goes.
What would Ian do?
What would...
What would Ian do? Ian would like someone to roll some dice to block that blitz.
So, Ian is a strength 4 Dark Elf, and that is just a regular strength 3 Skaven Blitzer. So whoever's rolling this gets
There we
2
go.
block dice. Craig's up. Bam!
Wow.
So you can, you push him back into the dungeon wall. He stacks it to the ground. Craig, roll for armor.
6.
Doesn't break the armor, but you push him down into the ground. You're definitely winning that brawl.
Well done, Ian.
Okay. Milton, you kind of start to recover. You're in a lot of pain, but in a minute you'll be able to stand up. So, what do we have on the dungeon floor? That ball and chain guy, he starts untying himself from his chain. He's not standing up just yet, but he's untying himself, ready to go. The Minotaur, absolutely having delivered his revenge on the goblin, turns around and blitzes the ogre here. So he will try and see if he's too angry to do it. He's not too angry to do it. He takes a 2 dice block on the ogre, smashing Dutch to the ground. He's got to follow up because he's just angry at everybody, which is why this guy's playing Blood Bowl. Fortunately, the ogre is tough as nails, and he's just stacked it to the ground, but he's still having a really great day. So we've got a very happy ogre. The Skaven Blitzer, did you break his armor, or did you just knock him down? Just knocked him down, didn't you? So the Skaven
yeah.
Blitzer,
Yeah, just knocked him down.
yeah, stands up. Clearly, this is another one-on-one lonely dungeon brawl. So, Craig, you are in this little room on the left-hand side,
Yes.
which is great fun. Except, you know, you're not terrible at hearing things. You kind of hear what sounds awfully like a chainsaw start revving. And this little goblin guy just wanders into the room, and he's not even alone. He's actually backed up with another goblin and another goblin. So you seem to have found some of the main force. Now that goblin didn't have enough movement to get to you, so he's just bearing down on you with the chainsaw. This Skaven, though, he sees you've got the ball and he jumps into base contact. What do you guys do?
So he's not, but he's just in base contact with me.
Yep. The fanatic. No, nobody's blitzing you. The blitz was the Minotaur. The chainsaw is as surprised to see you as you are to see him, and that Skaven is just hearing the chainsaw and his buddies rock up. He is just very cockily walking towards you and Zula.
I get the feeling I probably want to head towards Ian.
North is where you kind of want to be.
All right, I'm going to try and convince Zula to hold off the goblin horde.
So, you want it to block or just stand there?
So I'm going to blitz, unless anybody else is keen on a blitz.
No?
No?
No.
I'm going to blitz this rat with the help of Zula and head north up the corridor.
So the rat, overly confident, now gets charged by the thrower. So Craig, 2 dice, 2d6, 2 block dice. You smash him to the ground. He bounces back. Roll for armor.
Okay. Follow up. 2d6. 10. Boom.
Okay. Cracks the armor. Can you see the injury tab?
Yep.
Make it so.
Knockout.
Knocked him right out. Wrong Skaven. This one goes bye-bye. So, with the help of Zula, you smash the guy to the ground. He cracks his head on the floor. It's a very horrible sound. And with that, you can be pretty sure that that guy is not coming back anytime soon.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up round there. And I'm hoping Zula can just come and stand in the hallway.
Okay, with a chainsaw right there, she needs absolutely no convincing. She runs up and stands right next to you. Not quite where you want her to be, but near enough.
Okay. Right, that's me then.
Okay, so we've got Ian in a brawl with a Skaven.
I'd like someone to hit the Skaven for me.
Alright. 2 dice on the Skaven.
Yes.
What happens if he pushes him against the wall?
He gets +1 to armor break. And we're about to see that. So, 2 dice, we get a dodge star. So the Ian just dominating this Skaven, just grabs him by both shoulder pads and hurls him into the wall. Now it's a dungeon wall, so it cracks, debris falls, he hits the ground, but this is a very tough Skaven. Only a 6 on the armor, +1, it's not enough. If you had Mighty Blow in, it still wouldn't be enough, actually. But you are absolutely Dolph... oh my god, I can't remember Dolph... Never mind. Lundgren, that's it. You are absolutely dolphing this guy. Okay, so we've got a dwarf standing over a fanatic who is untying himself from his own ball and chain.
I'm planning on stamping on him, so do other stuff first.
Okay.
I
So
don't know if we've got bombs to be thrown or ogres to be stood up.
the ogre is going to stand up just to square off against the Minotaur. He's doing this in slow motion movie style. He kind of just gets up from the ground, wipes the blood off his mouth and looks at the Minotaur. And he gives him a point. he techno-barbarian points at this guy, and he's like, fun. And then Milton stands up, because he can now.
Hey. So, do I get any movement?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 to stand. You've got 3 squares to go.
Hand off a bomb to the Minotaur.
I was just thinking that.
This one's for you.
Now, I am perfectly happy if you want to roleplay sneaking behind the Minotaur, or something like that.
I do. Can I do that?
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Okay, so I tell you what, all I want you to do is 2d6 and test against your agility. Because the Minotaur's distracted and because you're a pretty good bombardier, we're going to give it to you. Ooh, okay, you get 1 success, 1 failure. So you sneak up behind the Minotaur, you place the bomb, but it does kind of roll back towards you a little bit. So you can now try and dodge away. So let's another 2d6 on your agility to dodge away on this one. Okay, you don't manage to escape in time, so the bomb goes off behind the Minotaur, but you end up being in the blast. So 1d6. Does the Minotaur get knocked to the ground, Milton? So the Minotaur gets knocked to the ground. Roll for armor. And does nothing. You do get caught in the blast. So on a 4+, you yourself get hit by your own shrapnel. 1 dice.
Go on.
Oh.
You still have a luck point. So I'm going to roll your armor right now. If you don't like the result, we can re-roll it. It's a 7. You're actually fine. You're knocked to the ground, but you're fine.
Okay, we'll live with that.
Okay, cool. But you have taken out the Minotaur for the time being. And Sam, you said something about jumping on a tied-up goblin.
Absolutely. I don't like the fact that he's trying to... So just 2d6 for the armor, yeah?
Go for it. For great justice. No, doesn't happen. The halfling kind of gets to his feet. He's still scared. He can no longer really see anybody. So he jumps on the teleporter. Would somebody roll a d6 for the little halfling, please?
Roll. Oh, all of us.
So we'll take the first roll, which was a 4, and we will find teleporter number 4 is in the yellow room. So the halfling, being terrified, hides in a corner, jumps on a teleporter, and comes out into a room with bomb, smoke, debris, a goblin on his face, a Minotaur crippled on the ground, and a bloodied ogre standing there, just having the absolute time of his life. I cannot stress how happy this ogre is. Everybody else is looking dark, grimdark, Sin City style. This guy's like the little chibi dude with eyes that are the size of mountains. He's having such a great time. But that, I think, is everybody. So, the ball and chain, you've just run in and kicked him in the stomach. But all that's happened, Sam, is it's kind of helped him get out of his own chain. So he stands up and starts spinning that ball and chain around again. And then on the other side, we've got a chainsaw. We've got some goblins. So the first goblin runs in and...
Wasn't there a chest in this room?
There he is. He's going to get the chest in a second. This goblin runs in and starts chasing Zula. This other goblin runs in and tries to open the chest. Now, bear in mind, if there's a ball here, they can school as well. So he opens the chest. And there's a ball. And the goblin tries to pick up the ball. And the internet delays the response. And he drops the ball. So that's something, at least. So there is a loose ball in that room. I'm just going to leave it in the square in the corner there. This chainsaw wanders halfway through the room, sees the guy drop the ball, and is just absolutely torn between attacking Zula or protecting the ball. He's literally torn. So he pulls a dice out of his pocket and rolls it. Alright, he's just going to stay on the ball. He's very happy that Mork has chosen that as his direction. So the chainsaw's whirring and he's just there watching the ball, trying to keep it safe. The Minotaur tries to stand up and have another crack at the ogre. He does so. He blitzes. He stands up and just uppercuts the ogre. Fortunately, the ogre's ready for it, and he's having such a great time. He catches the fist in pure superhero fashion and drives him back. But the Minotaur tries to blow again and does, in fact, smack the ogre into the ground. But again, Dutch is just tough. So he's on the ground, but he is absolutely hanging in tough. And this is an absolute brawl of the giants here. And talking of a brawl, this other Skaven will not be defeated. And this mano-a-mano fight, this is like a 90s movie. Pick an action hero of your choice. This is between the bad guy and 45-year-old Harrison Ford. And they're just one-on-one brawling it in the room here. We've got goblins chasing the ball carrier with a chainsaw. There's another ball loose. The goblin fanatic has stood up, ready to hit Sam. The Minotaur is dominating the ogre, and the halfling is there hiding behind a blazing furnace. Milton's just having a great time.
Loving it.
And it's over to you.
Okay.
Shall I hit my Skaven again?
So there's a ball loose in here, and the goblins are on it. And there's another chest here with a potential ball in it as well.
Okay. I'm assuming somewhere nearby is there. Is it going to be right up to the other side? Like right up to the north there? Are we expecting their end zone?
Yeah, their end zone is illuminated. It is directly to the north.
Oh god, yeah, jeez, that's a long way to go.
It's on your map.
I see it.
Looks like you're halfway there, though. It certainly looks like it's going that way.
But yeah, it's closer for the goblin to get to our side than.
I'm gonna try and stay in our half and
Okay.
and run full back, but if I can't deal with this fanatic quick enough, I'm not going to be able to get back there.
Ah, Milton, you'll be able to lob a few bombs, right?
Also,
Come on, goblin. One for the team.
So Milton, you're not stunned. You can stand up and throw bombs now.
Right. Does anyone else want to do anything first?
Fine, I'll 2-die uphill the fanatic.
You've got luck, Sam. You've got luck on your side, so you can re-roll it if you don't like it. You've got a double push. Is that the worst?
It's
Push
not,
him closer
is it?
to the Minotaur, and then
I'm
I
gonna-
have a place to throw my bomb.
There?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to push it there, and I will follow it up.
Oh. Sam's going to follow up. He is absolutely taking this brawl. Guys, I've got to absolutely just applaud your fighting style here. Everyone's just gone off and found an enemy.
Apart from the halfling.
He's his own enemy. He was there. Okay, so Sam is fighting very much above his weight class, pushing a fanatic around. We've got the ogre on the ground, and we've got Ian having a brawl with a Skaven blitzer.
Right, I think I want to
Someone
go.
squish the Skaven for me because I can't roll.
Yeah, should we just get him to see if he can clear this Skaven off the pitch?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
go and do that then.
Okay, somebody roll 2 dice. Block dice.
Alright. Who's rolling?
Craig, roll 2 block dice for Ian.
There it
Boom!
is.
Boom. Smacks him into the wall again. Let's see some armor. +1 for hitting him into a wall.
Yes!
Well done. Okay. And then
Hang on.
injury. Knocked him
Yeah,
out as
yes.
well.
Pretty good.
Both the Skaven blitzers are knocked out now, aren't
Absolutely. Both the Skaven blitzers are knocked out. So, Ian's...
Okay.
What's this called? Willow or something? Your guy?
Wormwood.
Wormwood is absolutely hooning his way through enemies. So, Craig, you and Zula.
Okay, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, I just want you to know that's not actually lava. You can move around it if you need to.
Okay, good. Yeah, I can see a lot of things coming. Maybe I'll go 6 to there, I think.
Okay, Craig
And
takes
then
bit of safety in the room.
probably could do with some support. But then see if we can convince Zula to come with us.
So, do you want her to dodge away or punch? Do you want her to do the blitz action for your turn?
Oh, is anybody else on for a blitz?
We could get the ogre to do a stand-up blitz on the Mino, but that's not necessary.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's go. Should we try and get her to dodge away?
Okay.
Yeah, can do.
So, I want to see 2d6 on this one because you're like, Zula, come here. And she's not keen on that. So what she does is she stands there and she 2-die blocks the goblin. She pushes away and she follows up. Clearly, she's intent on doing her own thing, and her own thing right now is apparently heroically stalling the chainsaw.
Okay.
Oh, she's dead next turn.
She might be, but you've got to think: has she just done that to save the bull? Is she going for the win? Is she tying up goblins here?
Right.
Sacrificing
I think it's
herself.
time for a bomb.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go 1.
Do we want to see? Wait, do we want to see if
3.
Ogre Boy can stand up first?
No, we don't. And I'm gonna roll a bomb to the wall like it's a bowling ball.
To here. Okay.
Yes.
Right, we'll let you take a standard pass check for that, Milton, because you've got accurate. So 1 dice. With a pass reroll. With the pass reroll. Okay, so what happens is, you know what? It's gonna be here, but we're gonna D8 it. We're gonna scatter it from between the Minotaur and the Fanatic. Scatters once to 3, then to 8, then to 6. So it ends up just a bit short here. So you do have a chance to blow yourself up, and the Fanatic. So start with the Fanatic, Milton. On a 4+, it takes him out. Okay, good. The Fanatic gets blown up. Just go straight for injury there, Milton. Stunned. The Minotaur on a 4+. Takes him out as well. Let's see some armor. Gets the armor. And an injury. Here we go. Knocks out the Minotaur. But in doing so, Milton, on a 4+, you hit yourself. Go for it.
For God's sake.
Okay, here we go. 2 dice coming at your armor. And an injury roll. Here we go. He's stunned as well. So
I'll take that.
this is incredible. So the goblin runs into the middle of the room with a bomb in his hand and just bombermans it, drops it on the ground, and just in the sheer joy of explosions, just catches part of the bomb with his face. He's knocked to the ground, but the rest of the bomb is busy sticking out of the Minotaur's head. So you've cleared him. The ogre, having absolutely no idea what's going on, stands up to find the Minotaur in a complete mess in the middle of the room, and just wanders over to stand in front of Milton to kind of ask what's going on.
Sort of like dribbling out the side of my mouth.
I'm going to point to the chest and tell the halfling to get the ball out of the chest.
Okay, go for a charisma check. I'm going to give you +1 because the halfling is desperate for something to do. So 2d6. Yep, well on for it. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seeing the possibility of treasure, even though it's actually likely to be a bomb. Sam, you're kind of the general of the halfling. On a roll of dice to see if there's a ball in the chest. There is a ball in the chest. So bear in mind, guys, that 3 balls have been found. That means that the rest of the treasure chests will automatically be bombs. So be aware, if you get pushed into one, it will explode.
Is it the first team to score wins, or is it the highest scoring team wins?
For this, we are going to say the first team to score a touchdown wins. But
Okay.
I normally do prefer the most touchdowns. But for this scenario in Albion, that's it. Does the halfling try and pick up the ball, or does he leave it in place?
Should we get him to scoop it up? I mean, the Fanatic's stunned, so he's got a whole
Would it
turn.
not be better with you?
Ah, the halfling's gone for it now.
Or have you already had your move?
He's got
I've
the
had
ball.
my move already.
Oh, okay.
The halfling grabs the ball and is just very excited to be doing something useful.
Wait, did I have my turn?
Yeah, you pushed
Yeah,
the.
you-
Yeah, but I pushed
yeah,
the
you
fanatic.
pushed the
Yeah,
goblin.
You
Yeah,
whacked the fanatic. Okay, so you've done an incredibly good job so far. However, it is time for bad things to happen. And the first bad thing to happen is over here on the left-hand side. That chainsaw takes a swoop at Zula, racks it up, and rolls 2 dice. Adding a billion, destroys her armor. And she's only stunned, so she manages to just kind of evade it, catching it on her shoulder. She does go down, and she's going to take a little bit of time to recover. This goblin back here tries to pick up the ball. And fails. So that's alright. So that goblin is just having an absolutely terrible time. The other goblin is going to stay exactly where he is. And over where Craig is, he hears some scurrying down the corridor. In fact, Craig, roll 2d6, and I want you to use your agility here. Okay. Yeah. What you thought was scurrying down the corridor in this direction, you also think you heard scurrying in this direction as well. So you think you heard something to the north of you, but actually you heard something from the east. You're not sure where it's coming from. For all you know, it could be both.
Yeah.
Alright, that will wrap it up for their turn. Over to you.
Well, I think I need to run in front of Craig to see what the hell's to his north.
Okay, so where is Ian? Dark Elf Ian. Are you mobile now, or do you want me to do it for you?
No, I've locked again. So someone run me up in front of Craig.
I got it. 1, 2, 3. Over the bridge that isn't really a bridge. To there. Okay. So Ian has run up north in front of Craig. Can't hear anything himself right now. But he's ready to protect Craig. Okay. What's next, guys?
Do we leave the ball and chain on the floor?
I reckon so. He's got a whole turn before he stands up. We can just walk away from him and let him
You guys
swirl
can.
around. Well, I mean, that sounds like a you problem, to be honest.
Oh snap!
But I think are you not stunned, Milton, at the moment, or are you all right in the end?
No, I'm stunned, aren't
Oh,
I?
yeah,
I
you're
got,
stunned. Okay.
Yeah, the two goblin secret weapons are both stunned.
Oh yeah, of course. Classic goblins.
Should we get the ogre and the halfling just to team up and go off and try and find the end zone?
Yeah, I was just thinking
just
that.
leave it to the
Just send them that way.
NPCs.
I was thinking maybe trying to throw him in a what do you call it? Throw him in a
Into a teleporter.
It'll
Yeah.
be,
The trouble
be
is
on
they'll
its
they'll get split up if they go.
Not necessarily.
But presumably you can move onto a teleporter, off it, onto it, off it, onto it, and just keep like trying to get
Yeah.
another place.
You can, yeah. In the original rules, you could only use a teleporter once per turn, or you rolled injury. So while you can't go missing into the abyss, I am going to say that if you get on a teleporter twice in your active turn, you do have to roll injury. Roll armor, sorry.
That makes sense.
Oh
the
god,
ogre-
throw them in the same place. Throw them both in there. There's a 16% chance they'll both end up in the same place.
Okay,
Can
so
they both reach? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
all right, so
Go on
the ogre, he's going to roll Bonehead for this because it's a bit complicated. He's fine though, so he's like, right, go stand on pad. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. He's going to go for it. He's going to go for it onto the teleporter pad, and he does so. And he ends up coming out on teleporter. Teleporter number 5, please.
That's a really good shot.
Is that up and to the left?
Up and to the
It's
right.
up to the right.
Ah, okay. So, your little Siri sprites will tell you that the ogre has appeared over
Oh.
to the right in a completely sealed room with a chest.
Oh, don't open the chest.
Yeah, the ogre's like, do you want me to open the chest next turn?
How can we hear him?
Our series sprites.
Yeah, through the little pixies.
Oh, right, okay.
Through your pixie phone.
So we're.
He's done for the turn. Do you want the halfling to go through as well?
I think the halfling should just run up to the right.
That looks like it connects through to where.
Yeah, and you can join up and then make for the end zone.
Okay, the halfling is actually feeling a bit more confident now. He's seen some horrible things and he's kind of recovered his strength. So he runs up into the corridor over
Can we
to
get
the
some
right
light
hand
on?
side.
I can't see it. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see the halfling either.
Let's click this button here because I forgot to give him eyes. There we go. So he is now down the corridor. There's nothing. He can't see anything at all.
You go after him.
You reckon I should go after him or play safety here?
I could do that.
Yeah? Okay. Or shall I make it to here and then turn around and stomp on the fanatic?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what's your movement? 5?
Yeah, 1, 3 to there, and then I can just...
Yeah, stamp on his face.
Yeah, we'll stamp on him.
Okay, go for it. 2d6.
Oh!
Okay, it's a doubles. We'll come to that in a second, but for now, you broke his armor. So you just blatantly stamp on his head. What happens, Sam? Roll for injury. He's stunned, so nothing worse. So, the referees, who aren't really on the pitch, but are kind of on the pitch, they twig to this. The crowd isn't happy. The opposing wizard isn't happy. So, what he does is makes this noise here, which you guys can't hear because for some reason that sound effect doesn't work.
I can hear
Hear
him.
a lot of swords and things.
Ah, there you go. Cool. Right. So he zaps, and there we go. It hits you, but doesn't break your armor. So he basically throws a spell at you because you fouled him, and he noticed. So not bad. You got away with it. You got away with it.
And the fanatic is re-stunned, so let's just keep him on the floor.
He is stunned.
If you feel like rolling a ball towards him, that's fine as well.
Rolling a
You need a
ball.
bomb.
The bomb. Rolling the bomb.
I don't know if that's going to help. Okay.
Towards him, where you're stood.
But I
think-
mean, like...
Sure.
Well, Milton is stunned for this turn, isn't he? But he will recover. Okay, so is that everybody that's moved, apart from Craig?
No, still got some move. So I'll just try and make my way up the corridor.
Yeah, just charge forward.
Okay. 1, 4, 5, 6. So
That end zone
close.
is in sight.
So
There.
close. I'm gonna get twatted by Skaven now.
Okay, are you done?
I think so.
All right, cool. So the Goblin Fanatic starts to come to. He's been badly hurt. He's still wrapped around with chains. So he just starts mobilizing. Over on the left-hand side of the map, that chainsaw, he is absolutely not done. So this guy here, he takes 2d6 and he makes a chainsaw attack, breaking the armor and knocking out Zula, which is probably a bit of a mercy. So Zula is grievously wounded, and let's remove her sight, which is actually quite a grim sentence, isn't it? There we go. Well, all that's done is just show you where the map is. Oh, well, let's delete her. Okay, so chainsaw has gone, and this goblin that you probably can't see anymore is going to try and pick up the ball. He does get the ball. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the other goblin runs down in support. And let's get rid of the ball. Okay, so Goblins have the ball on the left-hand side. And in the north, the skittering starts again. So we've got Craig and Ian in a little room. And from the top, a gutter runner appears. Now, he's making a blitz. It's a bad blitz, but he's going for it because he's taken you by surprise, Craig.
Okay.
And because of that, I'm going to upgrade it to a 1-die block.
Okay.
And he knocks you to the
I'm
ground.
going to use a luck point.
Okay, we re-roll the 1-die block. It's just
I'll
a
take
push.
a push.
So the gutter runner leaps from an unexpected direction. You take a second and regain your feet. So he pushes you into the room. He disengages and disappears back down the corridor. From the east, another gutter runner appears, ready to flank you. And okay, who's most northern? It's you, isn't it, Greg?
It is.
Okay, I want to have another agility check, please, for you. 2d6. Okay, yeah, you're pretty sure you hear some stomping.
Stomping?
Yeah, stomping from the north, but you're not entirely sure what it is yet. But it's now your turn, so I guess you're going to find out.
Should we chuck the ogre through the portal first and see if he can't turn up at number 6?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fun.
definitely.
Okay, now the ogre is in a little room by himself with a treasure chest. There is a sprite that is talking with your guy's voice, but he's going to need somebody to tell him not to go for the treasure chest here.
Sam.
So Sam,
Don't go
2d6.
Don't go for the treasure chest. It's a bomb. Oh no. He
Oh,
can't hear me. He's got
okay.
headphones on.
He's not sure. He's not sure. Roll it again.
Oh.
Okay, he thinks you said something about a bomb and a treasure chest, and now a single d6 here because I want a tiebreaker. Okay, don't get the treasure chest. It's a bomb. Right, so he goes back through the portal. Somebody roll a d6, and I will teleport him away. Is that a 1?
Boughton.
No, it's fine.
Back to-
A 1 takes you, I think, back down to the bottom, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. It does.
So he comes out.
Totally.
He comes out the back here, and he recognises the place. So he wanders into the corridor, looking for his friends, like Hulk. Just looking for something to smash. So the ogre is back towards your zone.
If I know that guy's down the south and he's only running strength 2, Ian, do you want to run up into the corridor and then I can always fight? Actually, no, you're strength 4, aren't you? What's your
I
movement?
am.
I love that.
Someone wants to throw me around the corridor.
Okay, I'm on it.
I'm no longer stunned, am I?
No, you're okay this turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into the corridor at the north here.
Another Minotaur.
Is that what the stomping was? Yes, it is. So you see a Minotaur right there, the other big guy on the team, because 0 to 2 big guys is the way Dungeon Bowl rolls. And before you complain, you had your chance at a tree man.
Well, at least
He
you'll
would
have a
still
better.
be in the first room.
Should we move the halfling?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, move the thing.
Was he just going up the corridor towards the north?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1, 2,
Well, this will make a
3,
decision as to what
4,
you do, Sam.
5 to there.
Yeah.
So he wanders up the corridor and just sees some more corridor.
Yeah, it looks like this corridor goes.
It'll be the same
Up
as
that way.
our one. Yeah.
Am I following the fling?
Yeah, you might have to, because we don't know what's there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go for it.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Go for it.
He's
Yeah, 2 go for it.
very okay. Okay, so the dwarf is belting it up the corridor after the halfling. The halfling is exceedingly pleased with this. At first he thinks he's in trouble, but actually he's like, no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Right, so, Bomber, Noz, you can stand up and do things.
I can. I only get 3 though, don't I?
You do only get 3 squares.
If I roll a bomb at the downed goblin, what's going to happen?
You're going to roll rubbish and die.
At least he's honest.
Besides that,
The great thing about Roll20 is that you can fix people's dice. It's so good. So yeah, sorry, you were going to throw a bomb? Yeah, no, you can try and throw a bomb, and just 2d6 again, and you're looking for 3s, and you're still
okay.
you're still caning
Can I
it.
have the X taken off me?
Let's get rid of that. So you're standing up, 1, 2, 3, and then are you going to move
I'm gonna
before you
go
throw?
1,
Yep.
2, 3,
And then throw a bomb.
and then I'm gonna roll the bomb. How do I ping it?
Just click and hold for 2 seconds. There you go.
There.
Okay, so that's 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. That is 2d6 plus 1 minus 1. Boom! Absolutely lands exactly where you want it to, Milton. In fact, so much so that I'm going to let you injure this guy on a 3+ instead of a 4+ because you got a double success.
Wrong dice.
Yeah, okay. 1 dice would have been enough, but both of those are
yeah,
success,
my bad.
so that's absolutely fine. So, and now roll armor for the goblin. Yeah, brilliant. So, he's clearly had enough, this goblin bomber. He is now back in the zone. Threw a very accurate bomb. Exploded, hit the guy, roll for injury. Stuns him again. So this is probably the most resilient goblin in the world. Well, actually, you're pretty tough too, Milton. So yeah, boom. This guy is just in rags. He is looking like he's looking like the coyote after every episode. He is just smokes on him. He's got little hash marks. He's just having a really bad time. Okay, so goblin's been, ogre's been, halfling's been, dwarf has been, and the dark elf got sent on a suicide mission into a corridor. Very democratically done, by the way, guys.
What are we going to do?
Do you think you're better off retreating down and joining up with Sam and the halfling?
Quite possibly. Or we split it up. The Minotaur has to go... If Craig runs into this corridor here, the Minotaur either has to come for the Fling or Craig, and the other one can then get into the end zone.
But we don't know what's in this room here.
I'm assuming nothing, because we know there's a gutter runner there. I'll take care of him.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just
Okay.
going to go... What am I going to go? Stand next to...
Tuck in behind him, I reckon, yeah?
Chucking behind him?
Maybe a square or 2 behind, because if that Mino friends...
Okay, I'll stand there. Wave goodbye to the...
Okay, you guys done?
Frenzy's out of position.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's us.
Okay, so down here, that goblin just writhing on the ground, just really trying his hardest to get back up again. Just been beaten time and time again. So, Sam is over there. Milton, can you roll a 2d6 agility check, please? Okay, yeah, you absolutely hear the pitter-patter of tiny feet coming from around the corner from you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And it is the sound of a couple of goblins, you think. Probably those goblins who had a ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, guys, who is there? So, Ian and Craig, you absolutely hear the sound of a chainsaw coming from south of you, and also some skittering as this guy comes up here and blitzes Craig. Now, Ian is there, so it's a bad blitz. So we're not going to give any advantage or disadvantage. You can give him the skull there, Craig, if you want.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so the gutter runner just belts it through this corridor. He's running off the walls. It's like the scene in Aliens 2. And he jumps out of the darkness, goes at your throat, Craig, and just as he comes around, Ian just drops a gentle elbow into this guy's face as he comes out of the shadows, breaking his armor and stunning the guy to the ground. So this gutter runner clearly didn't see the Dark Elf, leapt for it, and just got elbowed by a Strength 4 Dark Elf in the face, and he is now stunned. And on the other side, we've got a Minotaur who just really casually strolls up the corridor to stand next to Ian. The gutter also comes up to stand next to Ian as well. And that is everything for your opponent's turn. What do you do?
I'm going to run up to cover ground for the halfling.
Couldn't Ogre boy see down the corridor?
He is seeing down the corridor.
We can't see him.
We can't see him seeing down the corridor.
You can. He just can't see very far.
Oh, it's to about here we can see.
Yep, he gets 5 squares.
Okay, should we move him up?
Yeah, let's move him up.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. 3, 4. Is it 5 movement?
It is 5 movement for the ogre, and there is the goblin with the ball.
He might have to do 2 go for it, guys.
Yeah, and then go sit in. What? Go sit here.
Oh, so the first go for it will be.
To there.
Yeah, so go for it. Go for it like that.
Okay.
If you can cut the corner and go for it to here, then the goblin's got to do
A lot more dodges.
Yeah.
Someone else want to roll this?
Not me.
Right, here we go.
First go for it.
Yeah.
Second go for it.
Ogre gets it. He's now blocking the corridor for the goblins. That's a pretty decent roadblock, and you still have Milton there as well.
Yeah, we need you to chuck some bombs now, Milton.
Yeah, come on, Melon.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Have you guys noticed that Milton will not throw a
5.
bomb unless he's standing next to somebody else?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it right in the middle, right there.
Alright, that's 1, 2, 3 squares. So, 2d6. Oh, Milton. Have you still got that luck point?
I do.
Yeah, it's very important, I think, you roll that. It's entirely up to you. That is an absolute corker. So, Milton goes to throw the ball. It slips out of his hand. He hits it back up into the air with his left hand, and then just volleyball slaps it. It bounces off the ceiling and it lands right between the 2 goblins. Because it lands so epically, these guys go down on a 3+ each. So, do you want to start with the ball guy? 1 dice, 3+, he goes down. No.
Oh, man.
And the other guy? Okay, so the other guy just catches the bomb and it explodes right in his face. So 2d6 for armor. Yep, that's fair. And injury? Yeah, so what seemed to be an epic save of a throw just turned into a goblin catching a bomb and it just destroying him straight off the bat. The goblin with the ball has just now stood there with the remains of his teammate on his back, looking down a corridor at a traitorous goblin and a giant piece of smiling meat. Not bad.
I don't think it's too bad.
Not bad at all. So, up the north then, we've got the Halfling and Co. on the east, and you've got Craig and the Spirit of Ian at the north.
The Halfling and Co. want to go first? We'll see what.
Yeah, we'll go first.
Yeah, see what's in that room.
1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. 3,
Yeah.
4, 5. Should I do go for it? What do you reckon?
Yeah, might as well.
Go for it to there.
Gets a 2, he's okay.
Go for it to there.
Gets a 6. He's running like mad, this
know.
dwarf. He's having a great
And
day.
a fling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How far do flings move? Is that 5?
Yeah, he's got sprint though because he's a catcher, so you get 3 go for it's with this guy.
What are we thinking? Go for it, or should I just keep him with me?
Not to lead you or anything.
Keep on going, Sam. Run it.
Yeah.
Right, 1,
He's all over it, this guy.
2, 3. Oh, he's made it.
Okay, 622, this goblin. So, Sam, you run through a small green room with another treasure chest. Now, you know that these treasure chests are now all just... There's no treasure, it's just death. And the halfling runs north into a second little room, and the other chest is there. So you know where all 3 exploding chests are now. So that leaves Ian and Craig surprisingly close to the end zone.
You're an elf, aren't you? Can't you just
Yeah.
jump out?
But what we're going to do, we're just going to keep navigating backwards.
Well,
Punch the gutter runner.
the knock him out of the way, then run down a bit. He lobs the ball over, and next turn run in for a touchdown.
Griff Oberwald, everybody.
So we're
However,
going-
someone else will need to do it for me, as I can not roll.
Really just playing 20 there, no roll.
So what was the plan? Knock one of them out of the way.
So blitz the gutter, and then dodge past the mine. Then Craig comes up, throws the ball.
To the other side. Okay,
That would
so
be amazing if that works.
are you blitzing the gutter runner with the dark elf?
Blitzing the gutter runner with the dark elf,
Okay,
yeah.
so Craig, would you like to roll 2 dice for Ian?
2 die block.
2 die block. It's a push. Is it the time to spend your luck, or are you saving that for a little bit later?
I'll spend the luck.
Okay, hit the reroll. Okay, gutter has
God.
dodge.
Dodge.
So, do you follow him up?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I would also absolutely stand next to a wall with a Minotaur there. So
We're distracting the miner.
there's a corridor with 2 squares wide. We've pushed the gutter runner back, and now we're standing next door to a Minotaur.
I thought the plan was to jump into here.
Well, Ian's not done. Yeah, he can now do some dodges.
I was going to say let's go for the dodge through.
Okay, so that's a 4+. Craig, I think you're up.
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
Okay, sorry,
We'll take 2d6 here if you can.
2d6.
Let's get some narrative. Okay, he stumbles his way through, makes half of it. He lands on his feet. It has cost him a couple of squares of movement, though. So he's only got 2 squares of movement left now. But he makes the dodge.
So where we
Better
like,
off in here, right?
Yeah.
So that there's a path to go around the back.
So
So
we want to get.
so the
But you
dark,
have to
sorry, mate.
dodge to there first.
Okay, so the Dark Elf has punched the Gutter Runner in the face, followed him up, then sidestepped, pirouetting very, very gracefully, like a giant linebacker, through the gap of the Minotaur to the Gutter Runner. He stopped, taken pause, and now he's trying to go past the Gutter Runner on the far side. Is that right?
I think so.
All right, let's have 2d6 again for agility. Gets it. Just. So
Okay.
he's stumbling his way through. It's risky. He's basically got 1 square of movement left because he is having to work real hard to fit his massive elven frame of strength 4 through these gaps.
So we want to.
Do we want to
And
move
that-
him?
Well,
I think he's good where he is because the Mino's now got a choice: blitz the Dark Elf or blitz Craig.
I mean, surely it's Ian's decision.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
I'd leave him where he is. I'd make him make the choice.
I mean, it all comes down to this goblin in the bottom, to be honest. Because if he makes 2 dodge rolls, then it's game over.
Yeah.
yeah. What am I going to do? Just stand here and wait for a miner to come and.
Yeah.
The only other thing is if I dodge away and then Craig, you try and throw the ball over, but then we could.
It's a possibility. I mean, what do you guys reckon?
Well, there'd be an intercept from a gutter runner. What's their edge?
Agility 4. So it's a 5 plus intercept roll.
Whatever you do, you need
let's
to
take-
get away from that guy on the floor.
Oh, the down.
Hit him, and then let's throw the ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw the
He's
ball.
stunned. The one that's downed is stunned.
He is stunned. You've got to turn. Ian
Okay.
broke his nose.
Okay, so what should I do? Move up one to there first, and then throw the ball.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So where are you throwing the ball, Craig? Are you throwing to the Dark Elf, or are you hooning it down the corridor?
Throw it to the Dark Elf.
Okay, I would like to see a 2d6 agility check here, please. You're a good thrower, so you're good. You're good odds. Okay, it's not a bad throw. It's just a real straightforward throw. So it goes straight towards the Gutter Runner and the Dark Elf, who are intertwined. Are you happy with that, Craig, or are you lucking it?
What should I go for, guys? I've got a luck point.
Hmm.
It kind of feels like we're on the edge, so maybe.
Go on. Right, I'm gonna roll. Yep, luck point. Here we go.
Okay, that is a better throw. So because of that and the fact the Gutter Runner is in the tackle zone with the Dark Elf, he does get a chance at the intercept, but he absolutely spoons it. The ball goes past the leaping Gutter Runner, and the Dark Elf gets a chance to catch it. So I'd like to see a 2d6 agility check for this, please. It's +1, -1.
All right, we're rolling for you, Ian.
Yeah, please.
All right, he catches it. It's messy, but he catches it. So you've got a pass. You've got the completion. The Dark Elf now has the ball.
I think there'll be a Minotaur Blitz coming your way now, Ian. With any luck, he frenzy pushes you back down the corridor towards the end zone.
Yeah. Well, with any luck, he goes a wild animal and just stays there.
I think that's us done though, isn't it?
I think it is.
Okay.
We've got to see if a goblin can very easily do 2 dodge rolls.
So let's scroll down to the bottom. And we've got this situation with the goblin. And I'm going to be real honest with you guys. This is a goblin. And he is about to have to run past an ogre. He's not feeling very great about it. So we're going to see if he's actually got the guts to do it. He does have the guts to do it. So he makes the first dodge roll. And he fails it. So he jumps through, but Milton kind of trips him up and smacks his head into the ground, making the trip.
Oh, did he fail his dodge reroll?
He did. Got a double 2 there. And rolling an 11 for armor, he stacks it into the ground and stuns himself. So the ball scatters to the square below him. Let me grab a ball token. And this goblin is stunned. He is out for a turn. Your positioning paid off. So Milton's little trip with the ogre right there saves him. The fanatic just stands up, recovers from being pounded to the ground, and in the north, it's the other big play.
Shall I move the halfling first?
Oh.
It's Minotaur's.
It's the
turn
Minotaur
first.
turn
Oh shit!
first.
Sorry. I mean, yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, so the Minotaur is absolutely he's just livid. There's 2 guys. There's a ball. He feels victimized. This is like when he was a small Minotaur kidling. They would throw. His older brothers would throw their parents' skulls over his head, and he's just not sure what to do. So we're gonna roll for wild animal. And he's fine. But he doesn't know where the ball is because it was such a gutsy throw. So 1, 2, 3, he goes after Craig. 4, 5, 6, he goes after Ian. He goes after Ian. So he comes to his senses and he charges in for the blitz. He gets the push pow. Ian, I'm not sure how many luck points your guy had. Was it 2 or 3?
2, I think.
Does he not have dodge?
No, he's got strength 4 instead.
What does Dark Elf Blitzer come with standard?
Just block.
Just block. Oh wow.
Yeah, just block, move 7,
Dark Elves.
agility 4, armor 8. Yeah. So the Dark Elf goes down. So both ball carriers losing the ball here, and we get an armor roll. The armor is broken. Oh, Ian is stunned for a minute. So the Minotaur takes a second to realise what's going on, twigs, and then decides to earn his pay. Takes Ian out. And the ball bounces above Ian. So down the road. Just need to try and find the ball token. No, there we go. The gutter runner is quite happy to just tag you in place, Craig. And the other gutter runner unstuns, and it's back over to you guys.
Okay.
So do we want to go for the play at the top here?
Yeah, do I want to try and punch this gutter runner and then go tangle with the Minotaur? Sit up and...
Can do. I'm thinking the. Can you guys see the arrow that I've put down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 4, 5. That's his full movement, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then he's got 3 sprint.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
So that's a dodge roll.
So it's
He is stunty,
It's stunty, so it's a 3+.
and he's got dodge. I'll probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4,
what's your
5.
edge, Craig?
I am edge 3.
So I think we on the corridor. Then Craig blitzes the gutter runner and then goes to stand next.
Yeah.
And then we've got hopefully 2 balls down the corridor, 2 players for the next turn.
Yeah, I think we try that.
Okay, guys, what's the play?
We're gonna
Halfling
move-
first.
Should we
Yeah.
try and?
First.
Okay, just go for it.
What's that? What are you guys saying, Milton?
No, it doesn't really make much of a difference.
Okay. Halfling then is going to go 4 to there, 5 to there,
Okay.
and then go for it. Go for it and a 3-up dodge. So dodge first.
Gets
And
it on
go
a
for it.
6. He's in a great spot. Great go for it.
And then his final go for it dodge. So the dodge roll is good. And the go
Right.
for it.
Oh my goodness.
So is
That's a
he's next to the
beautiful
ball, not on the ball?
I bet he has his own ball.
Well, he's got his own ball.
Oh my
Can't have
goodness.
2 balls, can you?
No, you're right. So the halfling is running in his own ball. This is amazing.
And then, shall I follow it up as well?
Yeah, you might as well.
So 1,
Wait, unless you're going to do any go for it.
3, 4, 5. Go for it to there.
It's good.
Go for it to there.
He's good as well.
That's ballsy rolling. Right, I'm going to try and 2-die this gutter runner.
Now, are you blitzing or just punching
gonna-
here, Craig?
I'm going to blitz him.
Okay, I like it. So 2 dice on the gutter. Push pow.
Not what we're after.
You've got more luck, haven't you?
Craig's got quite a bit of luck left. I think at least 2 or 3 points. So
Here we go.
Ow.
That's it.
absolutely gets the luck. Knocks the Skaven to the ground. Let's
Follow
see armor, Craig. Oh,
Yeah.
cracks his head into the ground and injury.
Just
Stuns
stun it.
the gutter runner. So that's
Okay.
1 square, Craig. You've got another 5 to go.
And then 3 to that.
Okay, so Craig cracks the Skaven guy's head into the ground, throws his corpse to one side, and then goes to take on the Minotaur.
Okay.
So that's everything up north, and we've got Milton and the Ogre down south.
So I want the ogre to move. I guess I'll go for the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Down to here or what?
Yeah, I think he's probably favourite down there.
All right. Now, Milton, you're going to have to try and convince him of this. It's going to take 2d6. Charisma check.
And really wants to stamp
is
on
it
the
though?
goblin instead.
Oh, he's
Oh.
well on board. So he's like really impressed with the way you took out the goblin. He's like, what do you want me to do, man?
So I want you here.
All right, let's go stand there.
What was the ogre's name again?
Dutch.
Dutch. If we get out of this live, I want to form a star player combo with Dutch.
Yeah, I like it.
Ulrich and Dutch. They sound like a buddy cop duo.
Well, Dutch is named after Arnie, so yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna go 1 and then 2.
So pick up the ball.
Yeah. We ready for this?
Let's see it. Let's see it.
I assume it's a 1d6, yeah?
I'm going to give you 2. Go for 2. Okay, so Milton heroically took out the goblin, cracked his head into the ground, and just because he's got a bomb in his hands, goes to pick up the ball and just juggles it onto the ground. I'm just going to scatter it real quick. 1, 2. Okay, it bounces onto the goblin's body and bounces up the corridor. There. Now, fortunately, that goblin is stunned, so he can get up next turn, but he's not got enough movement. And you did ask Dutch very kindly to move back down the corridor. So you've got a safety in the form of a massive, massive ogre in the way. Not the worst thing in the world. So, the goblin does in fact unstun. He stands up. Does he stand up or is he stunned? No, he just unstuns this turn because he's out. So you've got another turn there. So that goblin is up. He's just coming to from the ground. The ball bouncing off his head as he was laying on the concrete kind of brought him around. And over here we've got a gutter runner that stands up and comes over and just sneaks up on Craig. He's not going to blitz. He's just kind of just breathing really loudly next to you, like it's really unpleasant. It's very impolite. He is definitely within 2 meters. So he's sneaking up behind you and he's pointing at you very vociferously, and the Minotaur takes the hint and takes the hit. Punches you, Craig, into the ground, but doesn't break your armor. I think you must have been distracted. The Skaven comes up and the Minotaur's like, I think you want me to hit him. So it hits you gently, it knocks you to the ground. But you kind of got away with it. And that is everything for their turn. Okay, guys, is this it? Is this the turn?
No, there's something I need to do.
Can we move the halfling up next to the end zone just to be safe?
Well, can't
Ian.
you score? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, he can score, yeah. Ian should be unstunned as well.
Yes, Ian should have unstunned at the end
So-
of our last turn.
This turn he could stand up, scoop the ball and run in for the two touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
Oh, let's do that.
Yep. So Ian gets up. 1, 2, 3. 4 onto the ball. Well, 2d6. Pick up this ball.
2d6, right?
Okay, he gets the ball, no problem. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He has the ball, and he's there. So 1, 2, 3. It will take two going for it for him to score this turn, or are you going to
We
put
can
them?
get both to score next turn if you
You
want.
get them both by the end zone.
It's up to you guys, I don't mind.
Oh,
Definitely
let's
want to
try and
throw another bomb.
We'll lay it off for another turn, yeah?
Go on then.
Get them both into the end zone there.
This might be the ultimate camping. Not only is it with 1 ball in the end zone, it's with 2.
Oh, the tile's gone.
Yeah. There we go.
And move the halfling up next to him.
Yeah.
Maybe separately, like in the corner here.
Yes. I think it maybe the Dark Elves should go. Yeah.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. No, I'm gonna go there. That way, if I get pushed, I'm still in the corridor and I'm blocking them.
I like it. That's good play.
Should we get the
Fine.
ogre? Should we get the ogre to stomp on the goblin, or what? Milton, what are you doing?
Oh no, I'm going to throw a bomb at it. I want to blow the ball up as well.
Unfortunately, they're magical balls and they can't be blown up. Cause wizards, man. Cause wizards.
Well, I'm going to jump out to here. And then I'm going to throw a ball there, a bomb there, rather.
All right, let's have 2d6 for this. It wibble wobbles, but it does land by the goblin. So on a 4+, on one dice, you get the goblin on the ground. He catches fragments of the shrapnel. Roll for armor. He's fine though. It wasn't a great throw. The goblin is just still bleeding from multiple wounds, but he's all right. On the plus side, you have kind of gummed up.
I'm going to stand up and punch that gutter runner.
Okay.
For justice.
For justice, we've got a Craig Blitz at the top.
Should be a 1-die block. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Minotaur is distracting you.
Yes.
Push him
right.
against the wall, though.
Ugh.
You've still got a luck.
Last one.
You take him down with you. Roll for armor, Craig.
10.
Okay, you grab him by the head and suplex him into the ground. Roll for injury, stunning him. Now, unfortunately, you land pretty hard, but you're okay. You kind of use his head to shield your fall. It was a proper WWE minute. The Minotaur's looking around for a chair to use against you. Okay, are we done, guys?
I don't think the ogre hasn't done anything yet.
The ogre could foul the goblin.
Can he throw me at the goblin?
Ooh. I suppose he technically could. All right, let's see if you can convince him that it sounds like fun to him. So you get a positive modifier, but 2d6 on your charisma here. So not a chance. No. The Minotaur is just the ogre's just looking at you, completely confused. He's like, why? Why would I do that? And in fact, he's done now. He's just standing there for the rest of the turn. He's not doing anything else at all.
Oh god.
Okay.
I needed this in my life.
The goblin stands up, and he's just having the worst time. But he is just grabbing that ball. He grabs the ball, 1, 2, 3, and he just stands there at the end of the corridor with just no idea what to do right now. He could take some dodges, but it's not going to end up very well for him. So he's just going to wait there for a second. And over in the north, it's the big play for the Minotaur. So the Minotaur is enraged. He's seen Craig just single-handedly take out a bunch of gutters here, and it's frenzy time. So frenzy blitz on the dwarf. We get, first of all, is he too angry? He is in fact too angry. So he is just angry, and he's screaming at Craig. He's screaming at he's just got no idea what's going on. He's upset with the lack of personal hygiene. Everyone's going outdoors. He's cross about it. The Minotaur is on Twitter, just absolutely hashtagging everything. So he's having a bad day. The goblin is done. It's your turn, guys. Is it the double touchdown?
Double touchdown for justice.
Double.
Oh, wait.
Milton wants to do things.
I have unfinished business here.
You nailed the Minotaur.
All right.
I'm gonna throw a bomb at that goblin.
2d6. Let's have it. It's a medium throw. The goblin actually gets a chance to catch it.
He's got the ball. Can he catch?
Ball in his hand.
Yeah, he's not fussed. We're going to say he gets -1 because he's got the ball in his hand. So he actually drops it. And on a 4+ Milton, it explodes. It gets him. Roll for armor. Not even close. The ball pops out to there. You kind of saved the chance of them scoring.
I'm gonna try and convince him to throw me again.
2d6. No, he's still not sold. He's still not sold.
It's worth a try. Go for the touchdown.
2-man touchdown.
And over here at the very top, we have the double touchdown coming. Well done, guys. You win the game 2-0 in a game of Dungeon Ball.
And the crowd goes
Absolutely wild. We have some celebration music here. Okay, so the game ends. You get teleported out. All your wounds are healed. And the wizard is just there, and he's just in proper excitable dad mode. He's so happy. He's high-fiving everybody awkwardly. He tries to take selfies with you. He's just living his best life.
Like calling us all sport and champ and giving us a little pat on the back.
Exactly. Exactly.
He's a little dude.
Turns out that Zula's injuries were significantly worse than we thought. It turns out that she died, apparently. Yep.
Shit.
We never really.
With a 64,
Whatever.
she
I thought I
died.
was getting somewhere.
So there we go. Apparently the lesson is don't make friends. They'll take a chainsaw for you and die from their wounds because you left them alone on the dungeon floor.
I think she ignored me.
Craig made his advances. She wouldn't give him his number, even though the pixie already had it. And they left her there to die, but you did win the game 2-0. So the wizard is so happy. He offers you references. He says if you want to stay and form a team, that's absolutely fine. Or he will now pay for you guys to get passage on a boat anywhere you desire. So well done.
Thank you very much.
Good job, guys.
That
was great.
That was wicked. Right, Guy, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thanks so much for joining me. Hopefully you had a good time. It was a lot of fun for me, anyway.
Yeah, that was great. I well enjoyed it.
Yeah. Good bit of Dungeon Ball. Thank you very much.
That was great fun. Thanks very much, guys. And those of you in stream who did join us, thanks very much. It was a good laugh. And we will see you all very, very soon.